The Los Angeles Chargers have a storied history in the NFL, but not all chapters are filled with glory. The term draft bust haunts the franchise like a ghost, and no name echoes louder in that conversation than Ryan Leaf. Selected number second overall in the 1998 NFL Draft, Leaf's legacy is one of unfulfilled promises, a quarterback whose career flamed out spectacularly. But is he truly the Chargers' biggest draft misstep? Let's dive into the tale of Leaf and other first-round picks that left fans shaking their heads, with a fresh perspective and some added spice to the story. What's up, Chargers fans? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Chargers. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This channel is all about breaking down everything you need to know about the Bolts. In 1998, the NFL world buzzed with debate: Peyton Manning or Ryan Leaf. Manning went number one to the Indianapolis Colts, leaving Leaf for the Chargers at number 2. At the time, some scouts whispered that Leaf had the edge: bigger arm, bolder personality. Oh, how wrong they were. Leaf's tenure with the Chargers was a train wreck from the start. As a rookie, he threw just 2 touchdowns against 15 interceptions, completing a dismal 45.3% of his passes. His attitude didn't help. Clashes with teammates, outbursts with the media, and a general air of arrogance painted him as a diva before diva was a draft buzzword. A shoulder injury sidelined him for all of 1999, and by 2000, his lackluster play sealed his fate. The Chargers cut ties and Leaf bounced around the league before retiring in 2002. Reflecting years later, Leaf offered a raw confession. "The NFL humbled me. I thought talent was enough, but I crumbled under pressure. Every bad game felt like the end of the world, not a lesson. That mindset didn't just cost me games, it cost me my career." But let's pause. Was Leaf set up to fail? The Chargers didn't have a first-round pick in the 4 years before 1998, nor in the 2 years after. The roster was thin, the organization shaky. Expecting a 22-year-old to be a franchise savior was optimistic at best, delusional at worst. Compared to Jamarcus Russell, the 2007 number 1 pick, one pick who ballooned in weight and flopped harder, Leaf's bust status might be overstated. Still, his name is synonymous with failure, but he's not alone in Chargers draft infamy. Here are 3 other names the Chargers carry as a bust history. Marty Domres, the forgotten flop rewind to 1969. When the Chargers, still in the AFL, took Marty Domres, a quarterback from Columbia, at number 9th overall. The pick came at the tail end of the AFL-NFL merger talks, with the Chargers hoping for a signal caller to lead them into a new era. Spoiler, it didn't work out. Domres started 4 games as a rookie, completing a ghastly 42% of his passes, with 2 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. The 1970 NFL merger didn't improve things. 2 starts, more struggles. By 1971, the Chargers had seen enough and traded him to the Baltimore Colts. Surprisingly, they got a player and a first-round pick in return, a masterclass in cutting losses. Domres' 9-year career spanned the Colts, 49ers, and Jets. But the stats tell a grim story: 27 touchdowns, 50 interceptions. He was a backup at best, a bust at worst. Yet, because quarterbacks like Leaf loom larger, Domres' failure fades into obscurity. Mossy Cade, the pick that never played, fast forward to 1984, and the Chargers rolled the dice on Mossy Cade, a safety from Texas, at number 6 overall. This one stings uniquely. Cade never even suited up for San Diego. Drafted with high hopes, he balked at the Chargers' contract offer and bolted for the Memphis Showboats of the USFL, a rival league that burned bright and fizzled fast. By 1985, the Chargers traded Cade to the Green Bay Packers for a couple of draft picks, including a first-rounder they later squandered. Cade's NFL career was brief and marred by legal troubles, including a conviction that derailed his life and career. A top 10 pick who never played a snap for the team? That's a bust that deserves more chatter, but Cade's story is a footnote next to Leaf's saga. Craig "Buster" Davis, the receiver who vanished. In 2007, the Chargers, hungry for offensive firepower, drafted Craig Davis, an LSU wide receiver, at number 30 overall. The vision was clear: pair a speedy playmaker with Phillip Rivers and watch the scoreboard light up. Reality was far less kind. Davis's 4-year NFL career was a mirage. His best season? A measly 21 catches for 259 yards. Injuries nagged him, and he lacked the explosiveness promised on draft day. By 2010, the Chargers moved on, and Davis faded from the league entirely. In a draft class that produced stars like Calvin Johnson and Joe Thomas, Davis's anonymity is deafening, so Ryan Leaf's bust label is cemented, but history deserves nuance. The Chargers' draft woes span decades, from Domres' inaccuracy to Cade's refusal to Davis's invisibility. Each pick carried hope, only to crash in its own way. Leaf's failure was loud. Quarterbacks always bear the spotlight. But was he worse than a number 6 pick who never played? Or a receiver who couldn't crack 22 catches in a season? The Chargers' struggles in 1998 weren't all on Leaf. A porous offensive line, a weak receiving core, and a franchise in flux didn't exactly scream quarterback paradise. Compare that to Manning, who had the Colts' infrastructure and a Hall of Fame coach in Tony Dungy down the line. Context matters, so maybe it's time to ease up on Leaf, not to erase his mistakes, but to see him as one piece of a larger puzzle. The Chargers' draft history is a gallery of what-ifs, and Leaf's portrait, while vivid, isn't the only one worth studying.